loved your talk. Could you just introduce yourself, please, to a few thousand people?
Yeah, so my name is Marc. I'm a professor of intelligent robotics at the University of Lincoln.
And what I really liked about your talk is that robotics, not to bore you with it, but we see quite a few funds coming into the sector, and all they want to do with robotics is harvest.
Yeah.
And I got this impression that you see it as, there's the right expression, a catch-all. There's so much opportunity for robotics across the whole field of agriculture, horticulture.
So harvesting is obviously one of the big things, I would say, so particular when you want to address labour shortages, etc. People are talking a lot about robotic harvesting. Well, it's actually quite difficult because the dexterity often needed for harvesting is something that's really difficult to match for a robot when you look at how quick and how really dexterous humans are. So I often talk about the sort of low-hanging fruits. What can you already do if you've got robots that go out in the field? And one big thing that they can do is just gathering data. We can put all different types of sensors. We've talked a little bit about ground-penetrating radar or just vision sensors, hyperspectral cameras, you name it, and put those in there and get much higher fidelity data and much higher resolution than you would normally get, because with drones on with robots you can afford to actually gather data much more efficiently, and we now have the pipelines to actually analyze it.
But are there speed bumps along the way? In that I visited a greenhouse grower recently, and he stated that they're not seeing the technology that they want to see, and they think it's a lack of collaboration between them, a tomato grower, and the people with the tech. What are you seeing?
So, what do you mean? What the big hold-ups are?
Yeah. What's the bottlenecks in all of this?
Well, bottlenecks on the one hand is actually when we talk about robots, we actually talk about real physical kit, right? We need to actually produce them, and we've got a lot of the sector has manufacturing pipeline supply chain problems at the moment to really produce the robots as such, and also requires quite a lot of upfront investment to produce them. So that's the sort of commercial challenge that a lot of the robotics manufacturers are actually facing. In terms of technology, I think one of the big challenges is also regulation and the adoption of such technology. So we've seen that the standards are just not there for introducing real autonomous systems into agriculture, and if you have got one big tractor and you need a driver for that, that's feasible to some extent. If you need 30, 40 robots because you want to really hone in the benefits of small, lightweight platforms, and you need many cheap ones, and that doesn't make sense then if you need to drive them manually, right? So that's where the autonomy and the regulations go hand in hand.
Well done, and I don't particularly like the phrase, but I think you're a futurist. You can predict the future. What's this all going to look like in terms of robotics in these sectors? I don't know. You get asked this all the time, I'm sure. What's it going to look like 5 years, 10 years out?
Well, this is the thing, right? The agricultural revolution is just 2 years away, and it has been for the last 10 years. Right? And that's why I'm really cautious about making such predictions. I think what we will see now is, because there's many multiple applications we can put onto such platforms, we will see that there is a number of standardized platforms, a bit like, you can see a tractor with lots of different implements. I think the trend will go that we have got a few standard platforms that can be equipped with different types of technology for harvesting, data gathering, crop intervention delivery, all sort of things.
But generally, you're positive.
Yes, you have to be positive, and that's basically because people are very inventive, and the pressure is absolutely there, right? The labor forces aren't there at the moment, so there is so much demand for it that, of course, when there is demand, there will be delivery eventually, and we will overcome those hurdles.
And that's why we need people like yourself and your colleagues to assist us.
I hope so. I still.
Professor, thank you very much, and thank you very much for attending CUPGRA today.
Thank you.
Thank you.